Yeah, okay. So you've probably all already seen these images. I feel like it's difficult to talk about the rally without seeing them first. This, I mean, genuinely remarkable stuff here. He's can I like challenge level incomprehensibly hard. Don't be really ableist towards Elon Musk in this in this, you know? Oh, by the way, after the rally, he changed his picture. Elon almost exclusively uses AI images of himself because he's quite ugly. He used this de-aged image of him with his little black "Make America Great Again" hat rather than like an actual photo of himself at the rally. You know, it's not about how he looks. It's just if there was a pic of myself like this, I would genuinely consider killing myself. I think that's a rational response to this. Yeah, right next to like a presidential candidate. Genuinely, it's remarkable. Anyway, like there's a whole bunch of like analysis here I could do if I was boring, where I could say, wow, isn't it crazy that Elon Musk initially claimed that Twitter was run by Jack Dorsey in a partisan way, and he needed to be nonpartisan in how he ran Twitter, and he needed to equally upset the far left and the far right, and now he's there with a Trump rally. And the like obvious, like tedious, inevitable answer to all of this is, no shit, he has always been far right, at least since he decided to, in an effort to, you know, pander to people on the right after he got caught sexually harassing an employee and offering her a horse and a bunch of money to not, you know, yeah. So it's like, yeah, well, obviously he was lying. Like this is something we're just gonna have to grapple with this more and more. People's outrage and shock. How could X figure have said this, but then done this? Because they lied. It's okay to lie now. They do it all the time. I wish the media would stop treating Donald Trump's lies as some like noteworthy or exceptional feature of his character and accept that the entire right is at this point completely constructed on misinformation. It's just pointing it out and pretending it's exceptional, I think, does a disservice to the fact that it's like, well, yeah, Elon's been lying this entire time. It's not new. Elon went to a Trump rally in Butler. This is where Trump had a shot taken at him, you know, and his ear was gruesomely maimed in an irreparable way. Trump took forever to come to the stage. I think we scrolled through the video feed yesterday, right before I ended stream. I think people were waiting there legitimately for like an hour and a half, which he leaves people waiting often, but like, you know, come on. He does a speech. There's nothing interesting or novel about Trump's side of the speech because he gives a lot of speeches and they're all pretty much the same. So let's take a look at Elon. Elon Musk joining Trump on stage at the MAGA rally. It was almost 2 hours of waiting. Wonder why people keep leaving these rallies.
Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is...
He did not create Twitter, as a matter of fact. He bought a chunk of it and kind of bullied his way into being considered one of the founders. He's objectively not. You mean Tesla? What did I say? Twitter? Oh yeah, he didn't create Tesla. I mean, he didn't create Twitter either, but yeah, that's what I meant, Tesla.
The only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
What? Like, okay, I know this is a cheap dig, and I know that Elon Musk is, at the best of times, a half-wit ketamine addict with severe anxiety. What is wrong with him? Doesn't he, okay, is this like me recoiling at an autism thing? Like, would I be this innately disgusted if it was someone else? Or do you think he's actually autistic? Yes! Oh my God, yes, and it's not valid. It's like genuinely embarrassing.
Take over, Elon. Yes, take over. Hi, everyone.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want
to deeply, like, just deeply embarrassed. I'm gonna have to come up with like new things to say that aren't, it's cringe, but that is the main thing I'm thinking at this point. Okay, maybe I should talk about like what this means electorally. I don't think this is going to move anyone. Elon Musk has been openly saying and retweeting and so on far-right stuff for 2 years now. It's not even remotely novel. I don't think no one who disliked Trump but liked Elon is going to be moved over now because Elon did this. Because if they liked Elon as they are now, they would probably like Trump too. And likewise in the other direction. If anything, it makes Trump look desperate. I personally think that this is one of the greatest compromises that Donald Trump has ever made. Donald Trump did not like Elon Musk at all. There's that famous image of him where Elon was right next to him and Trump was like, you know, this man grovels and begs at my feet. He builds cars that explode, rockets that don't work, so on and so forth. Normally, Trump holds his grudges better. I guess in this case, it really is a desperate need, especially since Elon, if you'll recall, promised like $180 million to donate to Donald Trump over the course of the run-up to the election, and then he just didn't do it. He said he was going to do it, and then he didn't do it. But so the fact that Donald Trump is still willing to associate with him is, well, it's pretty embarrassing for Trump, too.
I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs.
Guys, is it bad of me if... Can I stop pausing to say, wow, he's really embarrassing and cringe and poor at public speaking and autistic, parentheses, derogatory? Can you just assume that I agree with you on that? Like whenever he does something like that, because I'll gotta pause after every sentence, you know? Is that fine?
And another who was fist pumping after getting shot.
Shot!
Fight, fight, fight! Blood coming down the face. Now, America...
You can tell even Trump's embarrassed by this. Like the way, look at him.
Coming down the face. Now, America
I've been there.
Is the home of the brave. And there's no truer test than courage under fire. So who do you want representing America?
Holy shit, wait, did he not write a speech? Is there no teleprompter? Is he really relying on his natural charisma? He wouldn't repeat a line like that if he was reading from a teleprompter. Is he seriously, like, just ad-libbing this? He's so uncharismatic. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You've got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to...
8 years and literally no evidence procured from the right of there being any voter fraud. I mean, there was recently, like, you know, election meddling that a Republican lady did. We looked at her conviction quite recently.
Have a good...
That's also not what the law does. Yeah, of course not. It's like, this is what I mean about it being, like, worthless to debunk what they say. They don't care whether or not what they say is true. And they lie as easily as they breathe, you know?
For election, if there's no ID, it's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And
Elon's own mom encouraging voter fraud, by the way. Yeah, I saw this. The Democrats have given us another option. You don't have to register to vote. On election day, have 10 fake names, go to 10 polling booths and vote 10 times. That's 100 votes and it's not illegal. Maybe we should work the system too. Musk's mom literally saying, like, commit voter fraud and go to jail for it. She's gonna get Republicans arrested. Well, assuming that Kamala Harris wins.
If people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment.
Oh God, the fucking laughs to himself after. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. He's really proud of himself for thinking up of that banger, the completely incorrect, like, conservative bumper sticker position that's been repeated for decades. Isn't he like 50? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to watch.
President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America.
And again, like, the tedious thing to do here would be for me to repeat, like, he says he's in favor of democracy, but they're all fascists, and here's 50 million points of evidence that they want to destroy democracy, and it's honestly not even remotely subtle. It's just like a waste of everyone's time to go over it. We know what the playbook is. We know how this gets said. We know.
Yes.
Yes, we do want Trump. Yes.
This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone on the live stream. This one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay? And get everyone you know.
You heard him, folks. Get on it.
And everyone you don't know, drag them to register to vote. There's only 2 days left to register to vote in Georgia and Arizona. 48 hours. Like, text people now.
Trump actually wants to die right now. Yeah, if anything, like, maybe we can celebrate this as a victory, because this is probably more damaging to Trump than the bullet was. I mean, it only grazed his ear. This is like striking true in his heart.
Now. Now. Oh, and then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't.
I'm sorry. It's a masterful crowd control on this individual.
Now. Oh, and then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction. Nothing's more important. Nothing's more important. So get everyone you know. Everyone. So I'm speaking to people out there. Everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced. But for people out there that are watching the video, watching the live stream, you need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now. Only 2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason.
And the reason being because you don't have a script, because you've bought into the propaganda and you think that you're a genius when you are charitably maybe 85 IQ and also constantly hopped up on drugs and also surrounded by yes men who affirm your every bad decision, functionally putting you in the category of, I don't know, like, I was about to say chimpanzee, but I genuinely think one of those could be doing a better job with this speech right now.
Okay, so nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does. Okay, it does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes, a tiny margin. So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe that's swapthevote.com. I believe that's the site. And double check that your
it's like a fifth time he's saying this, man.
Your registration is good. Don't take it for granted. I'm just being repetitive about this point because
oh my God.
It's one takeaway. more than anything.
Look at the way Trump is leaning in, like, please get away from my podium. It does feel like a live South Park skit. Elon does often sound like he's doing a very rude impression of himself. I'm sorry, did he say swapthevote.com? Is that the website that he said? Yes? Because it's not loading. Me neither. Okay.
That will matter is getting those registrations and then getting...
It's Swamp the Vote? USA? He didn't say... That's not what he said. That's a different... He completely f***ed it. Also, why would you ever call it Swamp the Vote? Okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Everyone you know to actually vote. That is what will decide this election, especially in Pennsylvania. So
me when I'm really happy to have this guy here. The body language. This dead, stony fucking face.
So thank you, and honestly, you want to just be a pest. Just be a pest.
This guy, you know, notorious sex pest. He knows what he's talking about, okay? He understands the power of this particular... The way he laughs, too, man. It's like... If I wanted to make fun of him, I would just, like... copy him exactly. You don't need to add that much.
To everyone you know, people on the street everywhere. Vote, vote, vote. Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you.
Trump just told him to kill himself? Yeah, true.
What a great guy. And he'd rather be making rocket ships because he'd really rather do that.
This is one of the reasons why Donald Trump is so important, because as the fascist movement in America metastasizes and feeds more and more in its own propaganda, the ideological front line of that movement becomes more and more soy. Fascism, in the modern world especially, is largely fronted, you see this online everywhere, by virginal, loser, insecure, sexually inexperienced male pedophiles. It's literally all over the internet. On Twitter, it's like one of the most common archetypes of conservative, you know, the soy right. One of the reasons why Donald Trump is so important to the Republican Party is because he captivates that group, appeals to that group, but is not that group. Donald Trump is old, charismatic, in his own way. He's not soy. It'd be very difficult to call Donald Trump soy, you know? J.D. Vance, on the other hand, well, there you go. He's from that group. The old guard of the Republicans wasn't really the rhinos, because they all fell in line with the fascists. Neocons and fascists, I mean... For the most part, they got along just fine. They folded to Trump no problem. Lindsey Graham wasn't always a MAGA head. They became them. Ted Cruz wasn't always one. He became one. But this older guard of Republicans is over time going to be replaced more and more with people like Elon Musk, you know? Incredibly cringe, soy, like completely socially off-putting, woman-hating incel types. Trump behind the scenes is probably mean to Vance. It's not a probably, we know he is. When the whole weird thing picked up with Tim Walz, Trump was quoted as saying, they're calling him weird, not me, they're calling Vance weird. We know that.
Nobody better. I think he's got 90% of the rockets that go up, but Elon, thank you very much. Incredible, incredible. What he says is true.
Also, just kind of a tangent, you know, maybe this hits some of you guys too. Don't be like this. Look at Elon's posture. Genuinely insane. His body shape, his stoop.
What he says is true. You know, we're all having fun here tonight, but if we don't register and if we don't vote, we're just going to look upon this as another sort of nice day in our life, but it won't even be a nice day. We're going to look back and we're going to say, wow, it's a lot of time, a lot of effort. We got to win. If we don't win, it's, as he said, it's just not.
That's true. If we don't vote, if we don't win, we're going to look back on this day and we're going to say it was a nice day, but it's not a nice day. It's why we got to win.
Important. We have to save our country, so you have to get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. You got to get your friends and vote.
Well, I agree with all that, you know. I agree with all that. Has anyone else been getting recommended nonstop these, I'm going to be uncharitable to the person here, and I don't care that I am, neck-breathing MAGA retards who are like, I drove out to Asheville, and what I saw shocked me. I went to a random, like, hill and didn't see any FEMA helicopters. I've been getting it, all, like, at the top of my recommended. Yeah, constantly? Yeah. Nah, but I do get the 3 blue, 1 brown. 3 blue, 1 brown is just about at the edge of my ability to comprehend mathematics in the abstract. Like, I can never do the problems that he suggests, but I can watch the video and follow it along. I think anything more... He's so good, yeah. Well, anyway.